Hello everyone, I am Devashish Patra from Acharya Jagadish Chandra Bose Polytechnic, West Bengal, and I will discuss section 1.9 of unit 1 in chemistry syllabus, that is hybridization chapter, and I will discuss hybridization with different types such as sp3, sp2, sp hybridations with some common examples. Okay, so now what is the definition of hybridization? So mixing of atomic orbitals of almost same energy to form a hybrid orbitals. That is, when the two orbital having the similar in energy, they could overlap to form a hybrid orbitals. This is the spherically symmetrical s orbital. This is isolated s orbital, and when it overlaps with the isolated p orbital, looks like a dumbbell shape. When they overlap, they could form this type of hybridization. This is deviates from the dumbbell shape. This is sp hybridization, and it is the bonding type. It is anti-bonding type, and there are the different types of the hybridization such as sp3, sp2, sp hybridations. In the sp3 hybridization, one s orbital and the three perpendicular oriented p orbitals overlap. They could form the sp3 hybrid orbitals. Here the four lobe does not maintain the planarity. That's why because each of this lobe having some electron density. Okay, that's why here the stronger repulsion always taking places. That's why they are not in the same plane. All four lobes are not in the same plane. That's why their structure looks like a tetrahedral structure. In the sp2 hybridations, one s orbital and the two perpendicular oriented p orbitals overlap to form the sp2 hybrid orbitals. Here the all these three lobes are maintain the planarity. They are in the same plane because they are sufficiently apart from each other. Okay, so there not exist the very stronger repulsions. Okay, and it is in the sp, this is the sp hybrid orbital, that is one s orbital is overlapped one p orbital, they form this linear sp hybrid orbital. Here bond angle is maintaining 180 degree, and there are other type of hybridations such as sp3d, sp3d2, dsp3 and d2sp3. The first two are called the outer orbital hybridation, and other two called the inner orbital hybridation, but these are not included in our syllabus. Our syllabus only focused on the three hybridation, that is sp3, sp2 and sp hybridation. Okay, so the formation of the different type of hybridization, as I mentioned earlier, one s orbital, three perpendicular oriented p orbital, this is px orbital, py orbital and pz orbital. They are perpendicular to each other. This is the along the x axis, along this is along the y axis, and this is along the z axis. When they overlap, they could form this type of the tetrahedral geometry. Here the bond angle maintaining 109 degree 28 minute. This is the sp2 hybrid orbital, that is one s orbital and two perpendicular oriented p orbital. When they overlaps to each other, they form this type of the sp2 hybrid orbitals. Here the bond angle maintaining 120 degree, and this is the sp hybridization, that is one s orbital and the one p orbital overlap to each other to form the sp hybrid orbitals, and here bond angle is maintaining 180 degree. Now formation of the sp3 hybridization of methane molecule by Vesper theory. This is the carbon atomic orbital in the ground state, that is 1s2, 2s2 and 2p2. But in the excited state, one electron could jump from the 2s orbital to the next higher energy orbital, 2p orbital easily. Okay, but one thing should be remembered, that 1s electron could not jump from the 1s to the 2p orbital because they are sufficiently energy apart. Okay, that's why only 2s electron could jump from the 2s to the 2p orbital. This is the excited state electronic configurations. Okay, and each of these orbital in the excited state, that is 4 orbital, each of these containing one unpaired electrons. So there are some vacant spaces. Okay, when they combine with hydrogen, 1s electron could easily goes to the in this vacant orbital. That's why here we observe some hybridizations. This is the hybrid orbitals because in this region it has the both the contribution of the carbon atomic orbitals and hydrogen atomic orbitals. But the 1s orbital, it is purely carbon character. It is not in the hybridization region. The hybrid region only in this case, where the carbon and hydrogen both atomic orbitals are actually coexist here. This is the 1s orbital and 3p orbitals. That's why its hybridization is sp3 hybridization. Although valence bond theory could easily explain the hybridization of the molecule, but it cannot explain the structural behavior or the structural pattern of the molecule. elaborately. So to know the structural pattern, we have to use the Behes-Path theory. Okay. Now, how to calculate or how to explain the structure and hybridization by the Behes-Path theory? So we have to first we have to calculate the total numbers of the valence electrons. Okay, total number of the valence electron is the contribution of the valence electron of the central element plus valency of all the ligands. Then we have to calculate the total number of the electron pairs. Total numbers of electron pairs is equals to total numbers of the valence electron divided by 2, and total number of the sigma bond, that is always equated to the number of the ligands, and the number of the pi bond, that is depend on the divalent and trivalent element, and number of the lone pairs is equals to electron pairs minus contribution of sigma plus of pi bond, and hybridization is the contribution of the sigma plus of lone pair. If it is come 4, then the hybridization is sp3. When it comes 3, then hybridization is sp2. When it comes 2, then the hybridization is the sp hybridizations. Okay. The structure and hybridization of the methane molecule, structure and hybridization of methane molecule by the Behes-Path theory. In the methane molecule, the carbon is a central element. As it is a central point, so obviously the central point is 1, that is it has the 1 carbon, that's why it is a central element. Okay, and it has the 4 electron in the outermost shell. Okay, because it has the 1:2:2p2 configuration, that's why it is the K cell, that is 1s electron, and 2s2p are in the L cell. So in the L cell it has the 4 electrons, so carbon having the 4 electron in the outermost shell, so its total valence electron is a 4, and the hydrogen having the valency 1. Okay, for the total contribution for the 4 hydrogen is the total 4. So total here the total number of the valence electron is the contribution of the carbon, that is 4, and contribution of the 4 hydrogen, that is 1 into 4 is equals to 4. The total number of the valence electron is equals to 8, and total number of the electron pair 8 divided by 2, that is equals to 4, and number of the sigma bond is always equal to the number of the ligand. This is the number of the ligand, that is equals to 4, so sigma bond is equals to 4, and number of the lone pair is equals to electron pair minus of the sigma bonds is equals to 0, because it has no lone pairs. And hybridization is a contribution of the sigma plus of lone pair. Here the sigma is 4 and the lone pair is equals to 0, so total sigma plus of lone pair is equals to 4. When it comes 4, then the hybridization is sp3 hybridization. So here the structure can predict it from the Behes-Path theory, that is the tetrahedral structure, and bond angle is maintaining 109 degree 28 minute. Okay, this is the structure of the methane molecule. Here these two bonds are in the plane, and this is the above the plane and this is below the plane, so all the 4 bonds are not in the same plane, and here the bond angle is maintaining 109 degree 28 minute. Okay, so here if you look the structure, what is the actually structure of the methane? This is the structure of the methane molecule. If you look like the methane, here this is a central carbon, this central carbon not in the same plane of the other 4 hydrogen. Okay, there is a 3 hydrogen in the same plane, these 3, but this carbon is not in the same plane. This is above from the planarity. It is actually deviates from the planarity. This is called the tetrahedral molecule, and here this bond angle is actually 109 degree 28 minute. Okay, this is the crystal structure, and this is the structure of the methane molecule. Okay, and now the structure and hybridization of the ammonia molecule by Behes-Path theory. In the ammonia molecule, the central atom is the nitrogen, and it has the 5 electron in the outermost shell, and in case of the hydrogen having the valency 1, for the 3 hydrogen total contribution valency is equals to 3. So 5 comes from the nitrogen, another 3 comes from the hydrogen. Total number of the valence electron counted, that is equals to 8, and total number of the electron pair 8 divided by 2, that is equals to 4, and number of the sigma bond, that is equal to the number of the ligand, that is equals to 3. And so as it has the electron pair 4 and the sigma bond is 3, so lone pair 4 minus 3, that is equals to 1, and hybridization is the sigma plus of lone pair, that is 3 plus of 1 is equals to 4. When it comes 4, so the hybridization is sp3 hybridization, and the predicted structure from the Behes-Path theory, that is the tetrahedral structure. But when we visualize the molecule, particularly in the crystal structure, we could not observe this lone pair. Okay, that's why it looks like a pyramidal like structure, and here the bond angle is near about to 109 degree 28 minute, but it deviates from the idealized sp3 bond angle because due to the stronger lone pair bond pair repulsion. Okay, now the what is the structure of the ammonia molecule? If we look in this structure, this is the ammonia molecule. This is the ammonia molecule. These red balls actually for the these are the hydrogen atoms. Okay, and this is the middle nitrogen, and here you look like this is the this portion, it is also not in the same plane with the other three hydrogen atoms. Okay, it is deviate from the planarity, although it looks like a previous methane like molecules. Okay, this is a methane like molecule, but this portion, this flat portion we could not observe because it is the lone pair and lone pair, it is only the electron density, it is not a any of the atoms, so we cannot observe this area, so that's why we only observe only this area. So it looks like this portion is actually is the pyramidal like structure. Okay, now the structure and hybridization of water molecule by the Vesper theory. This is in case of the water molecule, the oxygen is the central element. Oxygen is the central element, and the number of the ligands here it is the oxygen is the central element. So it has the 6 electron in the outermost shell. So its valence electron is counted 6, and hydrogen valence is 1. For the 2 hydrogen, total valence is counted is equals to 2. Here the total number of the valence electrons counted, that is equals to 8, and total number of the electron pairs 8 divided by 2, that is equals to 4. And number of the sigma bond, number of the lone pairs, the number of the ligands. Okay, number bonds is equals to number of the ligands, that is equals to 2, and as it is comes the electron pair is 4 and the sigma bond 2, so the number of the lone pairs remaining 2 are the lone pairs. Okay, and the hybridization is a contribution of the sigma plus of lone pair, that is 2 plus of 2, that is equals to 4. So the hybridization is sp3 hybridization, and the structure actually comes from the Vesper theory, that is tetrahedral structure. But when we look the molecule in the crystal structure, we observe only it is as a angular molecule. Okay, and here bond angle is maintaining near to 109 degree 28 minutes, but it is more deviated from the ideal is 109 degree 28 minutes because stronger lone pair repulsion and lone pair ball pair repulsions. Okay, so what is actually the structure? If we look in this case, this is the water molecule structure, this is the water molecule structure. Okay, this is the if you look like a tetrahedral structure, when you observe in the Vesper theory, this is the idealized tetrahedral structure, but these two positions are the this is the lone pair, so we could not visualize this lone pair, we only visualize this portion. This is the this is the case, this is actually the angular molecule. Here the two hydrogen not in the same plane. If it is the same plane, then it is a linear, but it is not in the same plane, it is deviate from the plane. It is obviously in this plane, but they are not linear, they are angular like. Okay, we observe the molecule in the crystal structure. This is the crystal, this is the actually the crystal structure. When you observe the molecule of the water molecule, the middle one is the oxygen and other two hydrogens for the water molecule. This is the water molecule. Okay, now the structure and hybridization of the BF3 molecule by the Vesper theory. Boron in the BF3 molecule, boron is the central element and it has 3 electron in the outermost shell. So it has the 3 valence electron, and the fluorine atom has the 1 valency. So total number of the valence electron 3 comes from the boron and another 3 comes from the 3 fluorine atom. So total number of the valence electron is equals to 6. Total number of the electron pair is equals to 3, and here the number of the sigma bonds. Sigma bonds is always equated to the number of the ligand, that is equals to number of the sigma bonds is equals to 3, and number of the lone pairs remaining are the lone pairs, as here the electron pairs is goes to the sigma bond, that's why it has no lone pairs, and hybridization is a contribution sigma plus of lone pair, that is equals to 3. So when it comes 3, then the hybridization is sp2, and structure it is a planar triangle structure explained by the Vesper theory, and here the bond angle is maintaining idealized 120 degree. Okay, and if we look like a crystal, then the crystal structure, what is the crystal structure of the BF3? This is the BF3 structure. Okay, This is the BF3 structure, and all these three hydrogen, all these three fluoride atoms, these blue actually balls are the fluoride atoms. Here the three actually balls are in the same plane. Okay, and if here the bond angle is maintaining, this is the 120-degree bond angle. Okay. And the structure and hybridization of the BeCl2 molecule by the Weisbach theory. In BeCl2 molecule, the central atom is beryllium and the ligand is the chlorine atom, and as the central element having the 2 electron is the outermost shell, so the total number of the valence electron counted, that is 2 comes from the beryllium and another 2 comes from the 2 chlorine atom. So total number of the valence electron counted, that is equals to 4, and total number of the electron pair 4 divided by 2, that is 2, and number of the sigma bonds, number of the sigma bonds equal to the number of the ligands, that is equals to 2, and number of the lone pairs, it has no lone pairs because the all electron pair goes to the sigma bonds. Okay, and hybridization is the sigma plus of lone pair, that is 2 plus 0, that is equals to 2. When it comes to, then the hybridization is a sp hybridization, and structure is a linear structure, and bond angle is maintaining 180 degree. Okay, this is the molecule of the beryllium chloride molecule. This is the beryllium chloride molecule. Okay, this is the beryllium chloride molecule. This is beryllium chloride molecule. This is the central point. This is the beryllium, and these two are the chlorine atoms. Here the bond angle, it is as linear. The bond angle is 180 degree. Here always maintaining. Okay. Finally, thank you all.